Hey everybody. So today I wanted to do something a little different. I'd like to make it a thing. But today I wanted to review Machi Koro, the 5th anniversary edition. Um, yeah. Alright. So I'm a little bit of a box snob. Um, if the box isn't nice, it really puts me off to things. And since I really like things to look good on my shelf, that's a big part of it too. But I want the game to be good too. But this is a very good box. They did really good with the packaging for this. Like the little, that's hard to tell, but that's actually shiny. It's like a little gold in there. It's a good, very solid box actually. Um, Here's the back. It has both the shut up and sit down recommends and the seal of excellence from the Dice Tower. They are both very correct on this. And the 5th anniversary edition does have the plastic coins to show the denominations, so that's really good. I'll show that here in just a second. Okay, and there's that. There's the back of the box. And once we've got it open, here's what we have inside. We've got the rules. Just a little rule book, nothing special, but it's really, really well put together. There's not a lot of rules to the game, but that's really good. You can play this with younger kids, and they should have no problem figuring it out. It's a really straightforward little game. And here's a little insert. It tries to keep everything in place. Here's all the cards. I got them separated into the starting cards, and you can tell because they all have this yellow back, where the normal cards have this green back, because these, you'll start with one of each of these no matter what. We've got 2 dice and all of the coins. Really nice coins, easy to tell what you've got. Okay. All right, let me get this set up. And this here is the basic setup of the game. It's very simple to set up. You start with 3 money. You have your 1 wheat field and your 1 bakery. And just so you can see, blue cards. I really like the blue cards personally, because they give you something no matter whose turn it is. So if anybody rolls a 1, I'm going to be able to get a coin from the bank. I really like that. It makes it so you have to pay attention to what other people are doing. You don't just have to wait until it's your turn again. You're still invested in what's going on. Now, the green cards, if anybody rolls a 2 or a 3, well, not anyone. If I roll a 2 or a 3, this card will activate and I get 1 coin from the bank. These are the ones you need to pay attention to the most on your turn, because this is the only time it's going to activate, is on your turn. But again, the 1 that can hit on your turn or anyone else's turn, so they're really important. And then you have, this is what you're building for in the game. These are, I guess you can call them landmarks, but if you pay the cost for it right here in the corner 4, you can build it. And when you build it, it gives you these powers here. And when you've built it, you just flip it over, and that's how you get your power. See, it's not got the under construction symbol anymore, and it also loses its cost, but they put the text on the back so you can just see what you're building toward. You don't just have to constantly flip it over and see what's going on. And yeah, Some of these are really good. You can build them in any order you want. It doesn't matter. You can build the radio tower first or the shopping mall first. Radio tower is awesome because you can reroll. But the train station for 4 is really good because then if somebody's building a lot of low cost cards, a bunch of like low rolls, you can just start rolling 2 dice and completely ignore their whole strategy. So that's really neat. And here is a look at all of the cards. Got more wheat fields. Of course, you can buy the wheat fields. They only cost 1. You can buy as many as you want in the normal rules. It's just you can only buy 1 building per turn. So the turn order is when it comes to you, you roll a dice, see what happens, you collect or pay out or do whatever you need to do, and then you can buy. You can only buy 1 per turn. Kind of keeps it balanced at least a little bit, so in case somebody's got a runaway thing going on with money, they got a really good roll one time, they can't just buy up everything and just snowball really hard. We've got the ranch, another really good one. Anybody rolls a 2, anyone rolls a 2, you get a coin from the bank. And these little symbols right here, these do play off some of the other cards. Bakery, another one of those. You can have as many as you can get. Cafe. Cafe is a red card. These are different because they only work on your opponent's turn. They don't work on your turn, just your opponent's. And you take 1 card from the play, or 1 coin from whoever rolled the 3. So, in a 2-player game, you're only going to rob from 1 person. I mean, not really rob, but you're going to take 1 from 1 person. And there's an order. If you're playing with more, you take it from 1 person at a time. And if they can't pay it, they can't pay it. If they don't have any coins to give you, they don't have to pay it. But if they can, they have to. They can't just choose not to. It costs 2. And then we'll move over here. The convenience store. 2 cost, and get 3 coins from that. This is a really good card, but it's only, I guess, downside is it's only on your turn. Then we move over to the forest. Get 1 coin from the bank, anyone's turn. It does cost more. It's 3 and it's a 5. It's really just a more expensive version of the wheat field, but again, this symbol right here does play off some of the other cards. Then we get to some of the purple cards. The purple cards are different because you can only ever have 1 of them. Like, you can have a business center, a train station, and a stadium, but you can only have 1 business center, 1 TV station, and 1 stadium. You can't get multiple, even though there are multiple cards, because they're so powerful. And just so you know, I mean, the cost comes with it. It costs 8 to buy. And if anybody rolls a 6, you can, well, it's not anybody, it's only you. That's another part to them. It's you. You can exchange one of your the purple ones, that's this symbol, it's for the purple ones, establishments for any one of your opponents. Well, any one that your opponent owns. You can just give them anything and take anything. If they've got a card you want, you can just take it from them. That is super strong. And of course, this doesn't work with the like radio tower and stuff because they do share that kind of landmark type symbol, I guess you would say. And then there's the TV station, and that is take 5 coins from an opponent. You get to pick. You can take 5 from them. So if somebody's getting a little bit ahead, you want to slow them down, that's the card to do it with. Then we've got the stadium. Take 2 coins from each opponent. Playing a 4-player game, it's worth 6 coins. It will make you good money. But if you ask me, this one can really stop some people's strategies. Well, yeah. All right. Then we'll go up here to some of the others. Got the cheese factory. This is kind of the factory symbol. Costs 5, but its big thing is get 3 coins from the bank for each of the cow establishments that you own. So the only other one for that is the ranch. There are no others that have that symbol. So if you have a lot of ranches and you roll a 7 on your turn, you can get 3 coins for every single one of those that you own. Then next we've got the furniture factory. It costs 3, and it does the same thing that the cheese factory does, except it's for the little cog symbol. And there's 1, 2 that have the forest and the mine, which we haven't got to the mine yet. You get 3 for each of those, so you can get a lot off of that one. And here's the mine. If anyone rolls a 9, you get 5 coins from their bank. Very, very strong card. Really good. It is very expensive, but, you can make that up pretty quick. I mean, 2 9s, and you've more than paid for it. And if you have the factory, too, it'll really build on that. Then we've got the apple orchard. 3 coins from the bank. Anyone's turn. And these all stack. So, again, if you have 3 of this card and somebody rolls a 10, this effect will happen 3 times. So 9 coins if you have 3 of those. Really, really good card. I really like the blue cards. Then we've got the family restaurant. Anybody rolls a 9 or a 10, take 2 coins from the active player. Well, it's not anyone. It's only on the opponent's turn, because whoever rolls the 9 or a 10, that's who it activates on. But yeah, really good. It does share the little cafe restaurant symbol. It and the family restaurant both have that symbol, which plays really well with the shopping mall. Once you get 1 extra coin whenever they happen. Also applies to the bakery and the convenience store. So that shopping mall really does have good play. And then last is the farmer's market. If you roll an 11 or 12, gain 2 coins from the bank for each wheat establishment you own, or farm establishment. I don't know the symbol. It looks like wheat to me. And it's on the wheat field. And the apple orchard. So you can see how that can get really dumb if you have that going on. So again, how it works is you roll the dice, you see what comes up, you get a 1, you get a 2 or 3 with this current setup. That's what you can do based on what you've got down here, and then you can buy your facilities. The current version, or not the current, but the standard version of the game is all the cards are laid out like this, and you can just buy whichever ones you want. I don't like that. There is a variant rule. It's in the rule book, and it changes how you set up the game, and I like it a lot better. So let me switch over to that. And here's the setup for the variant of the game, which I think is much better. It keeps you from being able to do like a runaway victory, like you find a strategy and you just build on it. So the game works exactly the same as before, except for the buying part. Let's say I get to the point where I want to buy something. Well, we flipped out the cards here. We take them off the top of the deck, and let's say I want to buy a ranch. Okay, well, I buy the ranch. No biggie. Nothing happens. No cards are replaced because there's no empty spot. You want 10 unique cards out is how this variant works. And you just flip them over, and if you, like with the ranch there, drew 2, so they come out like that. But let's say I bought the mine. There's no other mines there. I would come over here to the deck, take 1, flip it. Okay, it's a convenience store, so I stack it there. I want to get another one. It is factory, so it goes there. Another business center. We have the TV station, but the business center is different, so it will replace that spot. And this is what the next person has to buy from. It really keeps everything under control. and I really like this version better because I'm sure, as you could easily figure out, that farmer's market is strong. You can do some crazy things with the farmer's market, just buying as many wheat fields as you can, because they're only 1 coin, so every turn you most likely can buy a wheat field. Just buy as many of those as you can. Then once those are all balled up, then you move over to the apple orchards, buy as many of those as you can, and then just keep. Nobody's going to worry about the farmers market because they don't have any of the ones with the wheat symbol at that point, because you've most likely bought them all or most of them, so that's not really going to get them any money. Then it pretty much leaves it open for you to buy them, and then if you roll an 11 or 12, then you go crazy. This keeps that balanced a lot. That was the first game I played with it, was with the orchards and stuff. I saw that really early on from it's not that hard to see, but from any kind of gaming experience I do have, I saw that pattern, recognized it, and went immediately for that. And I won by a ton, by an absolute ton. But that's really my biggest critique of the game, is if you don't play this variant of it, it can get really one-sided if somebody doesn't notice what somebody's doing before it gets out of control. Especially in a two-player game, it ends up being one person trying to do something, the other person just trying to stop them from doing something. And that's not super fun. This way, you kind of have to just rely on what you see. What's there is what's there. You can't do anything about it. And if you don't like this, you can always just vary it further, just bring it down to, 8. So that way it makes it a little bit more, I guess it's not really hard, it's harder to build a strategy. It's harder to build a true engine to wipe somebody off the floor with. It just makes it more random, more fun, really rely on that dice roll and stuff. That's really my biggest critique of the game as a whole, is I really feel like you have to play with this variant to have the most fun. At least for me, this is the way that I like to play it. My only other critique of the game is just this box is huge. It's way too big for it, really. I mean, it's just a deck and 2 dice and some coins. It could be fit in something half this size, no problem. I guess if you got the expansions, you can kind of like, this is the starter area, this is for the main deck, this is for one expansion, and this is for the other expansion, and keep all your coins here like I had. You can keep them all in one box, so that's nice, but if you don't have the expansions, this box is overkill. It's way too big. But really, that's the only critique of the components I have. I definitely think the 5th anniversary version with the coins is the best version of it. Yeah, they're just cool little coins. I like this game. It's really fun. And if you guys like me doing these little reviews, I do plan on doing some more. I've got other games like Wingspan and Gloomhaven and stuff like that. So, yeah. This is something I'd like to do more often, and I really hope you enjoy it. I hope this allows you to figure out if this is a game that you would want to get. That's really the point of this, is to help you make an educated buying decision. I love Machi Koro, and I would highly recommend it for anyone who just wants a simple, quick game. Yeah, it's great. Didn't go over all the rules. The only other rule was the order that you pay out. Like if a purple and a blue and a green and a red all somehow hit at the same time, there is a order to how you pay out, who you pay out, when you get your money from the bank, but that's just in the rule book. That really was about all the rules for the game. It's pretty simple. It's really good. Planning on getting the expansions for it at some point. But yeah, I would recommend it. Definitely get it.